Hey everybody, welcome to the HAMETSU Battle Report. I'm back with Ben and the lads, and we are playing Story 5, The Crevasse, which is our actual wolf hunting part of this Demon in the Wolf campaign from the HAMETSU rulebook, in which we're confronted by the wolf. It's kind of like the movie The Grey. We wander into its den kind of accidentally, and we're on a plateau, basically, with two giant mountainsides and a cliff next to us. So we have to quickly grab our equipment and prepare for battle. We're deployed within 4 of a cliff edge, and then the wolf just comes out of the wall in its cave entrance, and the game begins with the boss phase. So there's no stealth in here. We're just fighting a boss from round 1.
Yeah. I just want to get a shot in. So.
He's pretty terrifying. He's got 85 body points, 5 mind points, 7 melee, 3 ranged, resilience 5, and he just tries to attack us as much as he can. In the post game, if we defeat them, we level up. If we're unable to, we can attempt it again or just progress to story level number 6.
We're just gonna hold Dave in front again anyway, so it's all good.
Dave's gonna tank it all, and then I'm gonna keep get overhearing him away, so Dave can keep getting free charge attacks. That's the plan.
You get behind Dave, pull him in crit, runs at Dave. So.
Yeah, so we'll show you the table, show you the heroes, and we'll get this underway. And here's the fellas getting ready for the final showdown against the wolf. We forgot to get all of our leveling up money for the last 2 games and found ourselves unexpectedly rich. I had 325 in the bank, so I actually leveled up my Tonto and my Shurikens again.
You got my firearm.
Because your firearm's hellaciously expensive.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Dave?
I bought an exotic companion.
Oh! What kind of exotic companion do we have?
Oh,
it's a bird?
It's a bird, yes.
Cool bird. Yeah, it is.
It has flashy display. Static enemies are at -1 melee when attacking the hunter.
Aww.
And hidden claws. The hunter gains 1 free additional success when performing the melee action.
You bought Iago from Aladdin. Geoff, what'd you get?
I got the Rod of Serpents for +1 spell damage.
For +1 Hadoukens, nice. And this is our mission, the Crevasse. Finally, a moment of respite. We ran through the streets after recovering the relic with Oni right behind us. We were able to lose them long enough to hide in a small cellar. They're close now. Well, not in our storyline. Our storyline, we just made a mountain of corpses and turned out their pockets like the absolute murder hobos that we are. We're able to lose them long enough to hide a small cellar. They're close now. I can hear their angry howls above, lifting through the abandoned streets. In the air is an electric buzz, like the tingle that follows a lightning strike. Tomorrow, we'll head towards the center of the city, near to the site, near to the origin at the end. After a few hours, you turn the corner around a large building and see it, a giant crevasse cutting deep wound into the earth, stretching for miles in each direction. So this isn't naturally occurring. This is like a dip in the ground, basically, that's opened up in the middle of the city. Deep in the flickering dark of the cave, 2 yellow eyes illuminate by the torchlight. As you stare back into the cave, you realize something is staring back. It slowly makes its way out, and you recognize it immediately. Broad shoulders, piercing yellow eyes, and red runes on its face. Surely it can't be the same wolf that's been tracking you this whole time. So the plateau doesn't offer a lot of room here. We find this cave. Inside the cave is a wolf. It deploys there and for within 4 inches of this cliff edge down here. It's just straight to the boss phase as we battle the wolf. Special rules: if the hunter is moved off the cliff edge for any reason, they're removed from play. Players may not pull back from this scenario, and there's nowhere to run, so we can't run away. Post-game, if we defeat the wolf, we level up. If we're unable, we can attempt the story again or progress right to story 6 without getting a level. It is 8 move, 85 body, 5 mind, 7 melee, 3 range, 5 resilience, 2 actions per activation. If the hunter is not within effective range of the wolf, it'll use its first action to move to the closest hunter within effective range. If it is, it will use up to 2 actions to melee attack at damage 3. When it takes damage, it moves 1 inch directly away from the model that deals the damage. If possible, the wolf deals melee damage to a hunter. It'll attempt to toss it. Roll an opposed melee test. If the wolf wins, move the hunter 3 inches directly towards the cliff edge. If the hunter wins, nothing happens. So anytime it damages one of us, it pushes us 3 inches towards the edge and tries to throw us off. All right, well, we're starting our first hero phase. I'm gonna do the most obvious thing ever, which is run towards this cliff wall and then make a move test to hide, which is my vanish to shadow. And that's gonna mean that I can reappear within 8 inches at the end of the turn. I need 3 successes, which I get. So I bamf away, and then I'm placed at the end of the enemy's phase within 8 of that point. What are you gonna do there, Ben?
I'm in range now.
Sure are.
I'm gonna fire with the shotgun.
Remember, it pushes us 3 inches every time it fights, and if you get knocked off the edge, you die.
If I am the closest person at the end of this turn, then it's already over.
That's fair.
No.
So making a shot, just opening with a salvo. What's your ranged?
18.
He's resilience 5 with 85 health. Dave, you can count up our damage track here.
Yep.
You get 3 to its 3, and nothing happens. Rerolls with Destiny?
Now I'm going to reroll his.
Reroll his with Destiny?
Let's make it worse.
It's worse, or the same.
The same.
Now with a crossbow, because why not? It blocks 2 to your 4, so you'll hit it twice.
Yep, so 6 damage.
6 damage out of 85. You got Wizard?
Oh, yes.
Would you like to teleport?
No, because I don't want to be the closest one.
Coward.
That would be a problem.
Coward.
Oh yeah, well, why are we letting you go? Dave, go.
It moves 12, so that's not great. Or no, it moves 8, sorry. But it will move.
What is this, 8?
Yep.
Chain lightning.
Chain lightning. 2 more dice. 5 resilience to 8 mind. If you do it off the board, people will see it better.
Oh, smart.
Because they're white dice. There you go. We'll just go like this. There we go. That was a 4.
Cool. He rolled 0.
He did.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 damage.
36 damage so far. This is going to be a real short game.
Yep.
Yeah, we have the action economy as the issue.
We do. 7-7. Dave's going to head up. What does your companion do?
My companion.
Or you could move and then do your strike back if it does damage to you. And you will be the closest. So you can move to there
Yeah, okay.
and then do the
Let's
strike
stand,
back.
sure,
Yeah.
why not?
What does the bird do?
Stands with him.
He just stands with me.
Oh, he's a token, basically. I got it. Okay. Well, monster in time. Here he comes, moving in his 8. And then he's going to try and strike you. So he is melee 7, you're defensive. We gave you the super armor. 8. 6. That makes more sense. I was like, what is happening?
I'm sorry.
So defense 6 to his attack of 7. That's bananas. Because you were 5 before.
Dave can't math. It sounds like he maths pretty good.
This sounds incredible. Big roll. And if he damages you, we'll get to strike back, provided you don't get pushed. So you block 2. He does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage each. So that's going to be 9 damage.
That's doable.
And then you have to make an opposed melee roll. Now you get to roll your full 7, or no, is it 8 dice? Did you up your melee?
No, it is.
Your melee's 8, yeah.
6. Yeah, 7, 8.
So if you win this opposed roll, you don't get pushed. Hidden Claws gives you 1 additional success because of the melee
a
bonus
freebie,
here.
yeah.
Nice. This is a melee test, not an attack, though. Is that to attacks or is that to melee tests? Is it a melee attack? This is just a test. This is an opposed roll, yeah. So just your 8 against his 7. So if you get less successes than him here, you're going to get pushed 3 inches. He gets 2, 3 to your 3. So you're tied, you're good. You get to swing back. So now it's defense, or range resilience is 5. So it's no, you get to keep this, and he goes down to that. Now you get an automatic success from your bird, because your companion gives you a +1 strike bonus, because he pecks and claws. He blocks 1, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4. So
5.
that 5, so 4 total. Because of the bird, 5 total because of the bird, 4 because of the block, which means what's your damage?
8.
8 times 5 is 40 damage.
That's the game.
You're at 76. He's almost dead. Okay. Well, I reappear at the end of the at the end of the turn, right here. I just really want to get to use this, so I'm just deciding I go first. I want to scorpion him so bad. The melee attack, and if it hits him, it doesn't do any damage, but it pulls him to me, and I make a free attack. So I got, I'm going to use my destiny to reroll that because he got 3 to my not 3. Sorry, 4. Yeah, I'll reroll that. All I did was tie. So I guess I try again with my second attack. Or I could do my shuriken charge. I'll do my shuriken charge instead.
more attacks.
He was too heavy. I literally just couldn't yank him because he was too big. And this way I get more attacks, and this one at least does damage. There's 1 damage per hit here, if I get it. 1, 2, 3 to 1, 2, 3, 4. I just missed. All right, Dave, you can kill him. I feel so bad. I feel like it's like when you're just completely ineffective. It's like watching someone fight the Terminator. I just threw the gun at him afterwards, or watching Deadpool fight Colossus. Big roll, no whammy. It blocks 1, 2, 3, 4 to your 2, 4. But the bird breaks it.
Yep.
The bird breaks it, and that's going to be only 6 damage though. 3 left, and you get to make your second attack. Come on, bird. Apparently the Ronin's been practicing all day to kill this wolf.
The bird has
Just
already
+1.
made
Yeah.
itself.
Well, I think that's the real closer though. 2 to
6.
6, so 4 Sorry, 6, 7 actually. So he blocks 2, so 5 times 6 is 30 damage. The wolf just explodes. Negative 27 damage. Okay, well, the wizard and the marksman got to watch. At least the marksman shot it once. I didn't
Yeah, I
do
feel
anything.
like I tripped and maybe grazed it. so-
Literally everybody participated except for me. I didn't do anything to it the whole game. Yeah, I distracted him. I just stood around. I threw knives at him. It did nothing. Then I threw a chain at him. It just went through him. Just the memo where he was a ghost. I was just throwing cutlery at him the whole time. We gain a level. We also there was no loot here, so we just get our level times 25 gold. So for me, that's going to be level 8, so that's 200 gold. I'm going to level up my weapons. I had 275, plus I was loaned 25 from the pool. I get 7 more hit points and go to 68. He actually logged his level as 1 too high last game, so he actually chose the pit this game for his upgrade. And then last game you took which one? Volley of
I think
arrows?
it's the top one because that's
Sleeper arrow.
anti-boss one.
Yeah. If you're dealt damage by the attack, they are unable to make actions during the next activation. If this attack would deal damage to a boss, roll a d6. On a 6, they can't take actions. On a 1 to 5, they can. So it's less effective against bosses, but it can paralyze people.
Yeah,
and then this actual level you took the pick because you forgot you were level behind. So Daybreak Assassin, crits rolled, get 0 defense dice. So if I attack someone from behind, they don't roll any defense dice, and it will just go straight to damage. And because I get +2 critical damage, that means my melee damage in the rear of someone is 9. So that would be 27 damage if I just hit you 3 times, and there's no defense rolls whatsoever. So I'm just straight up rolling dice, and every hit I get is 9 damage. Extra stabby. I was very depressed I didn't kill that wolf. Got 7 more hit points. How many hit points did you get?
I haven't even rolled. I
Go
got 9.
9 more. Total of my 68. Dave, what are you taking for levels?
I'm going to go with Intimidating Presence. Enemies within effective range of the Ronin are at -1 melee when making attacks.
Nice. So if you're that's amazing. So if you're engaged with you, basically, you're -1 to melee stat.
If you with the companion, that's a -2. So
Oh, because it's -1 as well as being +1 hit, eh? That's so cool. Your bird's awesome. Some hit points. 5. Seven's the Divine Veil and the Lightning Blade. Ooh, it's a damage 4 melee attack with no resilience. You're gonna go back and take your mind training so you can get an additional die to your mind stat. So there we go. A pretty quick game.
Very quick.
We would think.
I told you guys I'd get a shot.
But actually, despite, I like how sulky my shinobi definitely is with the fact that he did 0 damage because he decided that he was going to throw forks at a
Wow, it's
ghost.
because you didn't min-max.
I didn't min-max and I threw cutlery at a ghost. But min-maxing, the shinobi does both. Like his whole stat line, that's the cap for how powerful the action economy is he melees and shoots. You know what I mean? Like some of my stuff triggers off shooting, some triggers off melee. So it makes sense for me to not min-max. Don't listen. I get that the actual author of the game says to in the book. I disagree. But what's great about this is we're actually going, it's funny, story 6 and 7 are a 2-parter, and we're actually doing story 6 right now as an interstitial because it's an RPG session. So the game is short because we actually sit now into a fully Q&A, kind of role-playing set. We got to make some decisions. Story 6 is the discovery. After finally slaying the great wolf, we decided to rest. Surely the wolf was the largest predator on the plain, so killing it should buy a few hours of respite. The air is thick with sulfur and smoke. None of us got much rest. The body of the wolf is gone, and we ate the last of our rations yesterday, so the fatigue is beginning to impact my cohort. Now that we are awake, how do I convince them that delving into the cave will bring us some answers? I can feel their spirits waning. We are so close. And this is all written by The Witness. You know the end is getting close. You can feel the weight of the air down here. A buzz tingles through your bones and resonates through the rocks themselves. Apparently the cave holds the answers you seek. Why was the wolf there? Why is the witness pushing you to go there? Can he be trusted? At this point, you feel like you're on a path that you cannot deviate from. As your group decides to get up and head into the cave, you look down and grab your pack. To your horror, a red tint covers your skin, leading down to sharp claws protruding from the ends of your fingers. You gasp loudly and turn to your group, reaching your hands out to show them what you've just seen. They look at you puzzled, and as your gaze pulls to their face, in your hands, you see normal skin. No red, no claws. This place is beginning to get into your head. Your group walks through the caves for hours, aimlessly trudging there in hope of finding what the witness believes is here. You begin to hear the sound of rushing water ahead and speed up as if you have renewed purpose. The cave opens up into a giant room, hundreds of waterfalls spilling through its walls. In the center, illuminated by a sunlight breaking through the ceiling, lies what appears to be a dojo. It rests upon a huge rock protruding from the cave floor, surrounded by water. A small rope bridge leads from your cave to the rock where the building is, and you hear the sounds of people training, the clash of blades echoing through a vast room. Suddenly, you find yourself surrounded by hooded figures, cultists. One steps forward to introduce himself as Akiba, a Keto of the School of Corruption. He informs your party that you're not welcome here and insists you head back the way you came. As you ready your weapon, the witness pushes past you and lowers his hood. Under it lies crimson flesh and traceries of scars, leading to a small horn protruding from the top of his head. The hooded figures are visibly startled, and they immediately bow their heads. He leans down to Akiba, whispers something to his ear, and he nods. The witness pulls his hood back up and turns to the party. "Follow me," he says, and begins walking across the rope bridge. Upon entering the dojo, you see a courtyard filled with groups of students sparring with each other. They all resemble Oni in some way, each one with a distinct similarity to them: reddish skin, small horns, lanky frames. As your group moves through the school, they all stare and whisper amongst themselves. You're brought into a small room with a table. The witness motions for you to have a seat, and a small child brings out tea for your group. Her skin shines a light pink with bright green eyes and sharp claws. As the witness sets down his pack in the back of the room, he begins to speak. You've been chosen to help secure the future of humanity, ensuring that it survives the monumental challenges it currently faces. I've been searching for pure-blood humans, strong and skilled enough to survive the passage here for a very long time. And he removes his cloak. This is the School of Corruption, a home for those tainted by the dark magics that seep forth from the crevasse, a place of solitude and safety for both Oni and human alike. Up until now, our ranks have been limited, but I have devised a way to turn humans into half-bloods like us. He turns and sits opposite you at the table. His pale yellow eyes illuminate slightly with an inhuman glow as he continues. This opportunity will be granted to you first, the strongest and most capable of the human warriors. I can give you power that you've never dreamed of in exchange for your humanity. He lays his hand outstretched, palm on the table. Each of you will get a choice. Join me and become someone greater than your humanity will allow, or die. His voice seems to echo through the room as you sit, staring at the lines in his palm. It would seem that a choice must be made. So this scenario does not take place on the board, but instead with an interaction between the players and the witness. Players, as a small group, are allowed to follow one of the question paths to make a decision. Once you choose a question, turn its page to read the answer. Once a question has been completed, each player must make their own decision. That is, the decision does not have to be unanimous. Question 1. We trusted you. Who are you really? We trusted you. Who are you really? He looks at you and smiles. I am exactly who I said I was. I am the witness. I was present when the world was torn asunder and the beasts first began to clamor from the deep. I was mere feet away when the initial shockwave of dark magic boiled my blood and burned my skin. That place above where we climbed down from used to belong to me. That was my home before this. He closed his eyes and a soft smile is still sitting on his lips. The first demon I saw climbed right up into my home. He stared at me as I lay there, filled with pain and fear. I saw in his eyes that he recognized me, even though I wasn't aware he existed until that moment. He spoke to me, Akuma, as if addressing me by name. He left me alive. I often wonder what may have happened had he killed me that day. His answer sparks another question. How were you that close and survived? People hundreds of miles away were turned to ash by the initial explosion of the crevasse. He leans in. I'm not sure that I did survive. The explosion changed me permanently. The body I have now is not the same one that I had the day of the Cataclysm. I've molted like a snake and left pieces of myself along the way and become something entirely new. He runs his fingers over the horn, crowning his skull. I can almost control it. This metamorphosis, I've learned that when I embrace, I can speed the transformation along. And when I meditate on my humanity, I can slow it down. So these Oni, are they just people or are they something else, you ask impatiently? Even if they were human at one time, they certainly aren't now, he says. I can imagine that none of them were human once, but I learned to overcome it. I saw others who were like me and decided to make a place for us, a place where we could learn to fight. Fight who, he says. Anyone who stands against us, he states calmly. Now's the time to choose. Will you receive the gift I'm offering, or will you choose to forfeit your life? So each of us now has to choose to either go through the ritual and become corrupted, level up and follow the steps on page 156, or deny the witness and attempt to flee. Level up and proceed to story number 7.
I deny his tyranny.
I also deny his tyranny. So we deny the witness and attempt to flee. So we go immediately to story 7. So basically we just stop asking questions.
Yes.
And we skip right to the end. The other answers are, there are plenty of hunters out there. Why us? And then finally, what is going to happen if we do this? So we can either immediately choose to become corrupted, or we could deny the witness and then go and fight through story number 7. So basically you can skip the confrontation in story 7 completely, which you're going to see next week. by simply agreeing to participate in the corruption. And then you join the school of corruption, but we've all denied him, which means we immediately get attacked by the devil. Alas, they chose to stand against me. Fine, I shall erase their names from history. So we'll see you for that one next week. Big thanks for you guys coming in. You guys for watching. Throw it a mash.